So today's lesson is called effort. Now, effort is one of those limited but precious resources that you've got. Think of effort as energy. How much energy do you need to put in? Now, the moment that you start combining time, this is what we've discovered in the previous lesson, and if you haven't done that, please make sure to watch that video. But time and effort goes hand in hand, and that's going to give us then the energy. So 90%, 99% of the time, the effort that we're going to put in will be over a period of time. The problem is we are conditioned to put in effort in order to get a qualification, and then to find a nice job, and then to work for 40 or 45 years so that we can retire. But what if there's another way that we can apply our effort instead of being busy like in the previous lesson, or instead of being productive? What if there's a way that we can be effective and where you can literally retire in less than 5 years? I think that you're going to agree with me, the moment that we change that time, then the amount of effort must also change. But here's the thing, we are conditioned to think, but I'm putting in so much effort, and then this is the result that I'm getting. And therefore, I do not have more time or more effort. I can't give more energy, because we associate that by putting in more effort, that's the only way to make more money. And it's not the truth. You see, this is where the strategy then comes in. So there are two strategies. The one is the opportunity seeker strategy. This is what we've been conditioned to do, and this takes enormous time and enormous effort to achieve basically no results. But then there's a wealth creator strategy that no one talks about. And the wealth creator strategy simply says it's the intelligent use of limited resources, time, effort, to go from where you are to where you want to be in the shortest possible time with the least amount of risk. So when we look at this challenge as an example, you're going to find that I said no more than $7. So that's my limited resource in terms of money. But then my time is limited, and my effort is also limited. I've got only so many hours per day and so much energy to expand. But then it starts with the mental, in other words, the belief system. Now, the moment that we combine all of that is into a package that we call, let's call it competency, that we have to put in. So if we follow a different strategy, we have to get a different outcome. So what if this strategy, if you can apply it in the right way, put in the minimum amount of effort to get the maximum return? In other words, now we become efficient, we become effective in what we do, then everything changes. And this is what I want you to do. And this is why I think that you're on this training session. So please also make sure that you get to that webinar, because there we're going to get more into the practical side, where you can see that you don't need a lot of effort. But there is a condition. And the condition is, first of all, you must have the intent, which is high mental skills. You must be willing to take the responsibility to do what? To learn the skills, not to do the work, to learn the skills on how to do this effectively. And this is what it's all about. It's how can we do it effectively? And what are the skills that's going to help us to be able to start a business with no money, or to an investment with no money, or to buy your car or your house or your chopper or whatever with no money? That is skills. The nice thing is that all skills are teachable and trainable. So we're not born with skills. We don't come out of the womb and then suddenly say we're a medical doctor, or we can ride a bicycle, or we can fly helicopters. No, it doesn't work that way. We have to learn. But when it comes to making money, or creating money, or growing our money, they don't teach those skills to us, because they teach us something that cannot work, that's only working for the people that wants to make money out of us. So it's a total different skill sets that we have. Now, I'm flying helicopters. I see we get a little bit confused in terms of effort. So we go to school, then we go to university, we get a degree, and then we start to invest, and we say we are investors. But are you really an investor? You're not an investor, because you're giving your money. It's almost like I see people say, I'm going to fly from Cape Town to London next week. But they're not flying, they are the passengers. The person that is doing the flying is actually the pilot. But to become a pilot, you need to get the skills to become a pilot, right? And those skills are going to take time and effort till you've got the skill. Thereafter, it's easy. They basically sit back, and it's only in case of emergency that the pilot really comes into play. Exactly the same thing with me. I can fly the helicopter, and I can put that chopper down exactly where I want it. Why? Because I've got the skill. But that's the reason why I'm an investor. I'm a wealth creator. In other words, I can take $7, turn it into 109,000 where it is at the moment, then to $500,000, and then into $2 million in a relative short time compared to any other way. Why? I'm the pilot. And I want you to become the pilot and learn the skills. Now, that is going to take effort. It's going to take effort. But once you've got it, it's almost like second nature. So when I took on this challenge, I knew what the outcome would be. And I knew that it would not take me a lot of additional effort because I've got the skills. And any skill, the moment that you've got it, you're not always on top of that skill. But the basics, the moment that you've got it, you don't have to reinforce it over and over and over, unless, of course, you want to become better and better. And that is where practice makes perfect, where they say, but it has to be the right practice, not just do stuff over and over like most people are doing. And that is what I want to bring to you. Make sure that when you put in the effort, that you can apply the formula for riches, and that that formula lines up with the wealth creator strategy, that strategy lines up then with your goal, with your power goal. And therefore, always start here. That is the best way that you can put in effort, is to first know what you want, right? And then there are, in the webinar, you're going to learn about the 5 steps or levels that you have to set up for a power goal. And then bring in the formula for riches in order to get the results the quickest, the easiest. But in the beginning, my friend, it's going to take effort. And unless you are prepared to take in and to put in that effort, forget it. It's not going to work. You will never be able to turn that. And to think that you're going to get a degree to do this is even more effort than you need, and it's not necessarily. Of course, if you want to do it and it's going to boost your ego, go for it. But I've made up my mind many, many years ago that I rather have the skills to be able to get the results than to brag with a degree or something that I've got. Or to use the degree even worse in order to get a job. It makes no sense that you have to get a financial degree in order to be able to handle your own finances. Of course, in the comment section, let me know what effort are you willing to put in order to learn the skills, or do you think it's going to be a waste of time? So give me a comment. And then last thing, if this is something that you like, please make sure to like it, because this is going to help the rest of the world basically to get this message on YouTube. And then also subscribe if you haven't done so, and click that notification bell so that you're the first to get this. And above all, make sure that you attend that webinar. Right? It's on a regular basis. So if I haven't got one for the next week, you'll be able to book your seat for the first one that's going to be available, and we will let you know. So thank you so much for your time. I hope that you've learned something. And the thing that I want you to get is that there are 2 ways you can spend a lot of effort and put in a lot of effort and get 0 results. And unfortunately, this is what most people are doing, because we are conditioned the opportunity seekers way of doing this that most people are doing. But then there's a far better way, and I hope that you're going to start this journey. That is the wealth creator's way. And a wealth creator is a person that knows how to create, to grow, to protect, and to enjoy their wealth by applying the wealth creator strategy, and do it in the right way. So initially it may feel like it's a lot of effort or a lot of additional effort. But in a couple of months, you'll be able to fly that chopper, and it's going to be effortless, right? The only time that it not become effortless is the moment that motor cuts. And then, because you've been conditioned to it, you go simply into auto-rotation. It's like second nature, and suddenly you take out all the risk. Exactly the same thing happens when you start a business, when you grow your business, when you start the investment, or when you get a phenomenal growth on your investment. Okay, so thanks for your time. I'll see you then in the next one.